Hi, everybody. It's Sandra from the Funky Pickle Thrifter. Thank you so much for coming to my What's Sold on my eBay page video. It's been a couple of weeks since I did the last one. I've been very, very busy, as I know everybody is. Anyhow, I've been selling on eBay since 1998. We don't offer free shipping. We do accept best offers here and there. If anybody watching this video bought any of these things, I'd like to thank you very, very sincerely. I do appreciate that. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, and we'll get started right now. Thanks again for coming. Some of you may remember this gorgeous COROCRAFT violin brooch. This came from a haul, a pawn store haul, and it's a guy, I buy stuff from him quite a bit, and he doesn't know about costume jewelry, apparently. He did weigh this because it happens to be sterling silver also. Now, I could have gotten more money for this, but there are a couple little issues, not too terrible. Actually, I did lightly polish it too. If some of you had seen it before, you would have noticed that it did have a lot of tarnish on it, but I did sort of lightly polish it. Now, some of the stones are a little bit dull, not really blackened, not darkened, not dead stones, but a little bit dull. And there it says COROCRAFT sterling. I think it says COROCRAFT. Oh no, does that say CORO? Let me look, hold on. All right, I'm correct. It does say COROCRAFT. See that? It's right underneath the CORO, and that is also referred to as Pegasus COROCRAFT. You see there's a Pegasus in front, and that's where it says sterling, of course. I knew this item was special the second I saw it. I grabbed it out of the box. You know, this is not only COROCRAFT, which is a desirable name brand. You know, some of the time, the pieces kind of have to be special, but this one definitely was. And the fact that it was also sterling and it also had some age on it, I knew that I had to have it. Now, when I got home with it, I learned further that this came out in 1947. It was a limited edition. And this was to, I guess, promote a film called Carnegie Hall. And that's what this is about. It is a violin. Yeah, it was more than 3 inches long. I guess I didn't take a picture of it on the measurer thing. It's kind of weird. But you see, I did take very good pictures of it. It was missing a couple of small stones too, but the important ones are there. See the green and the blue. It's a really good one. So I decided, since I didn't pay that much for it, that if I got $300, I would be thrilled. And that's what I did. I figured it would probably sell right away. I think this one sold within 2 hours. So very happy with that price. This is a great thing to look out for. When it comes to video games, I'm a dabbler. I don't really know that much about them and stuff, but if I see them and they're sealed, I will buy them. I think this was part of a lot that I bought at a yard sale. I think I may have paid $10 for a whole stack of them. So I took out the 2 or 3 really good ones. I had some different edition Rock Band ones that were still sealed that I sold. I think I sold one for 25, and I think I sold one for about 55. This one was sealed also, and I sold this one for 30. Then what I do after I pick out kind of the best ones is I put them up in a lot and I sell them all together. Sometimes I also put them in auctions. So didn't pay much for this, less than $1 for sure, and sold it for 30. I sold another bracelet recently too that had the same name brand, Jill Zara. I was at a sale and this woman was selling a lot of new merchandise, and that's where I got this item. The first day, I think things were $1 each, but when I went back the second day, I think jewelry was 2 for 25 cents. So I paid 12.5 cents for this. This is kind of cool. Look at the designs on those beads. Those are clay. I just love it. So this is a bracelet, or also you could put a key on it, obviously. It's kind of cool if you go to the gym or something like that. Sold this one for 12. This price was somewhat of a surprise to me. I couldn't find any comps for it, but she certainly is fantastic. Look at her face. Look at the attitude, right? So this is called Beatnik Chick. That's what's on the bottom. There it is. Beat Chick, I guess it says, Japan. And it had real hair. Well, not real hair, but you know what I mean? Hair, synthetic hair. And that little placard thing there, or that little chain, it says, "Kooky, kooky, lend me your comb." That might bring back some memories for somebody. That was a hit song too. I know that just from being a record collector. Anyway, I got this one at a yard sale. a long, long time ago, and I had it on my shelf, and I was like, maybe I'll just see what I can get for this. I think I started this out at $39.99, and I sold it for $112.50. I bought these items at a yard sale over the summer. I thought they were going to be valuable, and I guess they're not. This is for a Cricut, and this you can make like greeting cards and photo albums and stuff like that. It cuts paper. I think only paper and cardboard and stuff like that. You can cut out different shapes. So I think these are just a little bit older. And I think that's the reason that I didn't really get a bunch of money for them. I was hoping to get much, much more. So the reason that I didn't get a ton of money for these, even though they're Disney and I think that they're interesting, is just because it went to an older Cricut machine. I guess there's newer ones. Anyway, not complaining. I think I paid $3 for this lot and I sold them for $20. I bought a large lot of these keychains. I'm selling them for $10 each. Somebody a couple of weeks ago offered me $100, I think, for all of the Zodiac ones, but I still have some religious ones and some odds and ends left over. So totally in the money for sure on this collection that I think I paid $3, maybe $4 for at a yard sale. And I sold this really pretty keychain, praying hands, that could also be made into a pendant, for $10. I found this incredibly beautiful Kitty Collier doll at an estate sale. And I paid $300 for all the stuff I bought. And I got all of that money back just with the sale of one ring that I got from them. And there were dolls and yarn mostly. Look how beautiful she is. Now, she's nice and tall, too. She was either 16 inches or 18 inches. I can't remember now. So she's in her original trunk. You see, she has some beautiful clothes right there. So this one had a little bit of yellowing. You know, when clothing just looks kind of tired, it was like that. Like, it wasn't really dirty or stained or anything, but it definitely needs to be freshened up, which is something that I disclosed. And this is just a really gorgeous little business suit. That's a nightgown and a robe. And then there's some other stuff. Yeah, there's gloves, some stuff for her hair. There's some more stockings there. There's the COA. The trunk had some problems. So it has this like plastic kind of rubbery, I guess it's probably not leather, but that trim around it that's black. That was all kind of letting go. It needed to be glued, which I mentioned. And one thing I noticed is that everybody else's that I saw also had the same exact problem. Now, this was originally up for $250. I had it up for maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. But because it's such a large item and I don't have room to store these things, I cut the price down to $199, which I'm completely thrilled about. Completely in the money. This is 100% profit. Isn't she pretty? It's called a weekend affair, that whole set. Some people may remember this item too. I got this at an auction, at an in-person auction. And I knew it was special. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I just thought it was super cool. So I decided to take a chance. That's what it looks like when it's lit. I was bidding on this. I bid $60 on this and won. So with taxes and the buyer's premium, it was probably closer to $70 or $75. What a pain in the neck this was to ship. Now, my buyer told me that he ordered one before and the leg snapped off. So, here's hoping. I double boxed it. I bubble wrapped the heck out of it. Hopefully it'll get there safely. Really neat. Really super neat. So you see, I tried to put a lot of the keywords: vintage, pixie, lamp, jester, glass globe, art, deco, mod. Anyway, paid, like 60, but more actually like 75, and sold it for $250. Great profit on that. Very cool item. I'm the original owner of this Jimmy Webb songbook. Some people might know who he is. He wrote MacArthur Park, Wichita Lineman, Galveston, a lot of hits, actually. He wrote this beautiful song for Art Garfunkel that I love called All I Know. It's so pretty. This had awesome arrangements. I play piano, and I really did enjoy this book, but I wasn't really using it anymore, trying to make some space. So I probably paid, I could probably see what I paid, $18.95 for it. Anyway, sold this one for $15. Here's a beautiful antique cameo. This one is lava. I bought from an auction a large lot of cameos. I paid several $100s for them, but I am in the black on them. So this one is pure profit. It was in great condition, gold filled. Isn't that nice? Nice high relief too. And did I show the back? Yeah, there's the back. So I didn't sell this for 100. I think I sold this one for 70 or 75. And I think it had a lot of watchers. So I sent out the thing, I sent out an offer to my watchers and somebody took me up on it. So in the money on this, sold it for either 70 or 75. Can't remember. Really beautiful, right? Look at this crazy, crazy item. I was at an estate sale probably a couple of years ago now, and I saw this sitting on a shelf. And I thought at first it was a radio. And I was like, wait a second, that's a clock, isn't it? So buy this clock. It is 8:10. How awesome is that? Now, when I picked this up at the estate sale and I went to pay for it, I didn't say, hey, how much are you getting for this vintage clock? That would have been really stupid because then the price would have gone up. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know it was a clock. Anyway, I brought it up and I said, what are you getting for this little dog? And I think it was $1 or $2. Now, I don't think it worked. That is that called a winder? That like key thing that you wind it with? That was missing. I just sold it as is. If this was working, it really would have sold for a lot more. It's just so crazy. I actually might have thought about getting it fixed and keeping it just because it's so kind of insane. But it was kind of small and I couldn't really see it very well, at my advanced age. Anyway, sold this one as is. I hope whoever bought this can fix it because it's very cool. Sold it for $152.50, paid $1 or $2. I found this blanket at a thrift store. I was actually going to keep it and put it on my sofa, but it said, after I got it home, I realized that it said dry clean only. And with dogs, 3 little chihuahuas who are welcome to come onto our couch, I didn't want to, there it is, dry clean only. I didn't want to keep it. So I sold it. It was new in its plastic packaging and everything. So this is a good name brand, made in Germany, Dormaset by Abina. I guess that's the company. It is cotton. I don't know why it was a dry clean only. So one thing that this had, just from being kind of older, it wasn't its plastic bag. It was like all zipped up and everything. I took it out of the bag just to take the photographs. But it had like a little bit of a smell to it, not mold or must or anything, but you know what I mean? Just because it was in a bag for a long time. So I did write that in my description. I said, it's new, but you're probably going to need to clean it before you use it. So I think I paid $3 for it, sold it for $38. I sold 2 lots of feather tree ornaments, and I'm going to show you the other lot in just a second. So in Victorian times, I believe historians think that they were the first people to use artificial Christmas trees. They were usually made out of feathers, and that's why these are called feather tree ornaments. I think they were usually made out of ostrich feathers, if I'm not mistaken. Anyhow, these are little tiny miniature ornaments. You see my tape measure there? They were like not even 3 inches big, each of them. I knew these were Inglass. I believe Inglass is a German company. I knew that because of those star tops. I've sold them before. So I bought a whole little kind of baggie of these at a yard sale for $3. So I sold this first lot for $15. Yeah, just take a quick look at them while we're here. They look very much like Victorian ornaments. I've actually had Victorian Santa ornaments that looked exactly like this, holding the little tree. I like the harp too. Anyway, I like all of those. I think they're super cute. And here's the other lot I sold. So this one is Angels and Fruit in beautiful condition. There's those tops again, Inglass. The same person bought both of these. They're really nicely done. Look at that. Love them. I think that's really interesting with the food ones and stuff. Sold that lot for $19. Believe it or not, I found this cookie jar in a Goodwill probably about 2 years ago. I've been hanging on to it because I hate shipping cookie jars unless they're really worth it. And this one I only sold for $50. I think someone sent me a best offer and I took it. Part of the reason I took it is because she lives in the Northeast too. And I figured it wouldn't have very much, like too many miles to travel. This was kind of very thin. I hope it gets there safely. Yeah, from 1980. Anything with gnomes and stuff, elves, anything like that, fairies. those are things to look out for. People do collect them. This is actually a very darling cookie jar. So paid probably $4.99 for it or something like that, and sold it for $50. This was a very, very quick flip. I want to make these bigger. Hold on one second. Does anybody remember these? These are cardboard Christmas ornaments. Now, I got all 3 of these for $1. They came in like kind of a Ziploc bag full of ornaments. So they're candy containers. I think these are probably from the 50s. There's the other side. They're hard to photograph because they're, so round. They're in nice shape. And there's the inside. So they do say made in Western Germany in there. I've sold these before. I've also sold some Easter ones before. Let me go back to the page. So not a bad flip, right? Paid $1. They're cardboard and paper mache. They're kind of cool. They open up. It's great memories for somebody probably from the 1950s on these, and sold them for $15 within probably a day or two. I got these Crabtree and Evelyn hand lotions at a yard sale. They were all new and still sealed. Sometimes they don't make the sense anymore. Crabtree and Evelyn does have an online presence, but I think all their stores are closed. So I paid, well, I'm totally in the money actually on this yard sale. So this is all profit. I just lotted them together. I probably could have gotten more money if I tried to sell them in smaller lots, but I'm not interested. Anyway, sold this whole lot for $15, totally fine. I got a lot of yarn from the same estate sale where I got the dolls. Now, this is very interesting. This is actually buffalo wool. Who's even ever heard of such a thing? But it is. Look at that. 100% American buffalo. How interesting. So since I don't know that much about yarn, well, nothing actually. I just take a picture of the paper so that people can see what it is. 3-ply, 50. I don't know. I did look this up though, and this company, I don't think they're selling these anymore. And I have 2 more skeins of it. So this is an awesome price for just a little skein of buffalo yarn. Sold this for $30. Records can be tricky to sell, and I actually don't enjoy selling them at all. And I have thousands of them. I literally have thousands of them that I have to do something about. I probably have 200 Beatles albums, and I have picture sleeves. I have records coming out of my ears. But what am I supposed to do? I walk into a store and they had a whole stack of these Elvis picture sleeve records. They're 45 RPM. That means that the record on the turntable goes around 45 revolutions per minute. That's what RPM means. When I saw the stack of records, they weren't the hits. This one is Joshua Fit the Battle. That certainly wasn't a hit. But anyway, I bought a whole stack of these Elvis records. They were all hymns like this. Unusual. I think this one is from the 70s. I think it's a reissue. But one thing that I really loved is that the vinyl was very, very nice. It had a lot of high gloss. Looks like maybe they were never played or hardly played. So one thing, you have to know how to grade these. So you see right around his face, there's that kind of like a little bit of white. That's called ring wear. It really wasn't bad, but that is something that is not ideal, really. So I probably could have gotten a lot more money for it if it didn't have that ring wear. But the edges were all nice. There were no side splits or anything like that. So I'm very happy with this price. I think the rest of the 45s, I think I'm probably just going to bring them to the auction and sell them that way. And I'll definitely get like a few $100s more for the stack. I think I bought 20 or 25 of them, all in really nice condition. Anyway, I am just going on and on and on. I sold just this one for $70. Cool item. I found these beautiful hand-done leather book covers at a yard sale. I thought for sure that they were going to be worth an awful lot more money than this. Now, I originally had them up for $25 for like a year or 2 years, and nobody wanted them. Kind of surprising. They're beautiful. The leather was very, very soft. This probably took somebody a long time to do. Look, it's all hand painted. I don't know. But I paid, I think, $2 for these, and I lowered the price and sold them right away when I lowered it to $15. There is a saying that everything will sell on eBay. It just has to be the right price. So sometimes I just keep lowering it until they finally sell, and these finally did. I bought this way cool vintage cocktail pitcher in a thrift store. I paid $2 for this. This was a quick flip, too. And I knew this pattern because I've had the glasses before. I did sell a whole set of the glasses probably a year ago. So this is called Pisa, and it's by a company, Culver. This was very interesting because look at the top. You can pour it out of either side. That's really neat. More than 9 inches tall. This was in really nice condition. Sometimes you see these and maybe somebody put them in the dishwasher or they were just rough with it. And then like that paint, that like gold leaf paint right there is chipped off. But that wasn't the case. This was really nice, in nice condition, nice and vibrant, no chips or cracks or anything like that. So paid $2 in a yard at a thrift store, rather, sold it for $40. I bought this David Hasselhoff CD at a yard sale for $1, and I thought it might have some collectability. First of all, it's not on a major label, so that was one thing that I thought about. It's by Master. I've never even heard of that. I took a chance, paid $1, sold this one for $12. I thought these light bulbs were going to be worth a lot more than this. I think these are very cool. These are Edison light bulbs, they're called. And those are LED lights, so they burn nice and cool. They were new in the box. I just love the shape of them. They're like a diamond shape. I don't know if it's a repro of a really old bulb. I'm not exactly sure what the story is, but I love them. I paid, I think, $2 for these at a yard sale, and I sold them for $15. I found this beautiful Art Nouveau lady hand mirror in a thrift store, and I think I paid $2 or $3 for it. This was so pretty. There's kind of a floral pattern there on the back. I don't know if you can see it. Wait, let me click it. Isn't that pretty? This whole thing was very, very pretty. Let me see if I can get a better picture of her too. Oh, that's so lovely. She was actually lovely. And I think either I was trying to get more money for it at first, or maybe when I brought it home, I saw that it didn't sell for as much. I mean, I thought I could probably get $75 for it or something, but not the case, but still a very, very good profit. So paid $3 for this, sold it for $35. They say sometimes things come in threes, and I did find 3 COROCRAFT brooches. So I showed you the first one. This is the second one, and then I'm going to get to the third one next. I paid $3 for the next 2 I'm going to show you. One of them was $1 and the other one was $2. So the first thing I noticed when I looked at it is just, I've never seen anything like it. I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was like a carnival ride or something, or a carousel. I wasn't sure, but you can see there's 2 little people on it. It is missing a stone. You see that on the right? It's missing that aqua colored stone. That is a standard color, and it's also a standard size. So that really wasn't that big of a deal. Of course, I had to point that out. There's the back. It's a really pretty thing. Look at the height on it. And there's the mark COROCRAFT. And there it is. You can see how big it is. So the biggest problem here is right there. You see that black thing that's on top? That's supposed to be, what would you call that? Like a water stream. That had snapped off. Now, if you didn't know it was supposed to be there, I mean, look at the front of it. You could wear that. Nobody would ever know. If you replace that stone, especially, maybe that's just a little bit noticeable. Not too bad, I didn't think. So it really was in excellent condition other than those 2 flaws. And I disclosed both of them fully. You can see I put in my title, please read. I want to make sure people know that it wasn't in perfect condition. So paid $1 for this. Well, we'll say $1.50 because I got 2 of them for $3, and I sold this one for $189.30. Here's the other item I bought on the same day at that thrift store. This is a COROCRAFT Duette fur clip. This is a rare item. This is a book piece, and those birds have names. I think it's Coo. Yeah, Bill and Coo. And it's pretty awesome. So just like the other item I was showing you, the fountain, I did do an auction, and I decided to let the marketplace decide what the price should be because this wasn't perfect either. This one had just some very light dulling of the stones. I mean, that is to be expected of an item of this age for sure. But the blue stones were great. It was, however, missing some of the enameling. Not bad. Like that tail's fine. The leaves don't look that bad. But then when you looked at it from the top, that's where I thought you could really notice it. But, who would look at it from the top? It's a very, very rare item. This is one of the most desirable duets by CORO. And if you didn't see when I bought it, this is the other thing. This is from 1944. I was able to go online and find the trademark thing for it. So they call this a separable brooch. And this was filed by Adolf Katz. Katz was not a designer for CORO. A lot of people think that, but apparently he was just like the head of the design department or something. So one of his people who worked for him, I guess, designed this. So you see right there, you can tell right by that piece, that's where you clip those two things on. So you can wear them separately or you can wear them together as the lovebirds. I got 2 bids on it, but the same person bid twice. So I needed somebody to challenge this person for the price to go any higher. Completely not complaining. Really, really happy. Paid $1.50 for this, sold it for $2.50. I bought a whole box of these vintage knives at a yard sale. And I actually have more of these. It says 3 available, 3 sold. Yeah, there seemed to be like a lot up for sale and everything, and I didn't want to just keep hanging on to them. They are new with the little cardboard safety things. So I sold them 6 at a time for $10, and I sold 3 lots so far. I do still have more lots to go. It used to be a lot easier to sell coffee mugs back in the day, but now because of shipping costs, not as much. You have to factor in the fact that somebody is going to have to pay, $10 or $15 to ship something like this. So that's the problem. I paid $1 for this one in a thrift store. It's an LL Bean. It's really cool. Look, it's like a station wagon. Who remembers station wagons? I do. Remember sitting in the back, no seatbelts, looking out the back window with the window down. Yeah, we survived. We survived, but people today, their hair would stand on end if they saw the way that we used to just be all crazy in the day. Anyway, paid $1 for this one, sold it for $17. I love this necklace. I've had this for a long time. This was a yard sale find, for $1 or in a lot or something like that. But I love the link of this chain. This is solid 14 karat gold. How delicate is that? I love it. I love gold and I love old gold because it just has kind of a different feel to it. 17 inches long. So this I had up for a long time for $130. And I think this had a lot of watchers. And I sent a thing out if anybody wants it for $99.99. And somebody did. So I sold this one for $100. Probably paid $1 for it many, many years ago. Here's another doll that I bought from that estate sale where I bought the yarn and the dolls. This is a fashion doll. I think she was 16 inches tall. She came in her original packaging, which was nice. And she had clothes on too. I think usually these don't have clothes. Isn't she pretty? Pretty hair. So I took a best offer on this one, completely in the profit. I think I let this one go for 50, maybe 55. I bought this Hallmark ornament for $1 in a thrift store at the same place where I bought those paper mache Christmas ornaments. So I just came home and sold this very, very quickly for $22. I love selling Hallmark ornaments. A lot of them, however, didn't really hold their value. I guess this one did. And I did disclose this was something that was really important, that you couldn't just use this on a regular string of lights. Some of them just plug into your lights that are on your tree. This one, you needed the Hallmark magic cord. And then it would play music and light up. New in the box. The box was also in really nice condition. Yeah, they originally sold for $30. Real quick flip on that. Paid $1, sold it for $22. Now, these Hallmark ornaments I got from a yard sale. There was a lady who had an entire table full of them, and I was trying to grab out the ones that looked different to me. And so these did. So these are biblical. You see, that is the Bible. It's like the Bible that's open, and then these figures kind of pop out of the pages sort of thing. And they were actually really super cute. I think I paid $2 each for these, so not great. I bought 3 or 4 other ones too that I actually just donated to a local thrift store because it wasn't really worth it. So I guess I kind of got my money back for everything, sort of. Sold these 3 for $16. I bought a large collection of melamine Michelle stuff, napkins, plates, platters, towels, all kinds of stuff. They were all new and sealed. So this one is just a set of 4 Christmas plates. Really beautiful designs. Look at that old-timey Santa. Pretty cool, right? Melamine is just a type of plastic, by the way. So completely in the profit on this sale by a lot of money. Anyway, sold these for $28, pure profit. Here's another Tyler Wentworth Tonner doll. This is the same one as that girl, the doll that had the curly hair. Yeah, 16 inches tall. Really pretty. This one was actually new and sealed. I don't know what the best offer was, 60, I think. I don't think it was 55. It might have been something around there. Pure profit though, so not complaining. Cool item and a great item to look out for. Tonner, good name brand. Look at this fun coaster set. This was so breakable. It's ceramic. And if you take the cheeseburger apart, you have all the different coasters. So you have the top of the bun, the lettuce, the cheese, the hamburger. I think that white and blue thing is supposed to look like onion. And there's tomato. Super cute. And I took a picture of the other side too. So each thing had like four little rubber things so that they would hold on your table and also hold together like this. Isn't that cute? I loved it. I paid, I think, $2 for this one at a yard sale, and I sold it for $42. I found a lot of kind of strange horror films at a yard sale over the summer. And I don't really kind of know which ones are out of print and which ones aren't, but I figured this one might be because I've never heard of it. I mean, I hate scary movies, but I had never heard of Lake Placid. But the fact that it was Lake Placid 3, I figured I might have a chance of it being worth something. And it was out of production. That's why I put OOP right there. This has Colin Ferguson in it. I was kind of tempted to watch it first. I could probably stream it. I don't know. What are those, giant alligators or something, or crocodiles? Oh, man. And at the bottom, you can't see it now, but it says, don't forget your lunch, your YOU''RE. Kind of cute. Paid $1, sold this one for $15. I have had this table runner kit for a long time. I thought this was going to sell for at least twice this, if not more, just because it's so cool. Can you see those little, let me see if I can get them closer. These little elves or gnomes or pixies or whatever you want to call them. So you could embroider those on. It was just cool. They're holding Christmas trees. So this is a Scandinavian kit, and sometimes those do command a higher price. This was made in Denmark. It was complete. It had the cloth in it too and all the stuff. Paid $1 or $2 for this one. I think in a thrift store, sold it for $25. I sold another doorbell. I have a kind of a large collection of these that I bought from the same sale where I was showing you the melamine plates. And they had door knockers and drawer pulls and lots of doorbells. This is a hidden doorbell cover. So cool. Brand new, in its box, still sealed, completely in the profit. Got $23 for it. Here's another Michelle item. This is awesome. So you see this pattern that's called Garden Bunny. Michelle apparently made many, many different types of patterns, and you could buy the whole set of something. I think they were tin and melamine. So you would buy like the canisters and the plates and the mugs and all the stuff. So if you had that set, this would be nice to have too. The napkin holder with the napkins. Yeah, there was 2 packages of napkins still sealed and new. In the profit on this one. That's actually very cute. And of course you wouldn't have to have the matching set. It's just kind of cute bunnies. Sold this for $23 in the profit. I got this item recently and I don't remember, but I thought it was interesting that it is like World War I, and it's also Boy Scout related too. So it says every scout to save a soldier. So I don't know if these were sold by I'm not exactly sure what the story is. Presented on behalf of the U.S. Treasury Department. And then you see it's not engraved, which is important. That's kind of cool. For service in the Liberty Loan Campaign, Boy Scouts of America, April 1918. This is by the Gorham Company. I don't remember if it was sterling or not. But, you know, all the items I do look up and I see kind of what the price points are, where, like, just to get a feel for where things are selling in what zone, you know. So I put this one up, did buy it now for $30, and I sold it, I think, within a week or two. Great profit. I think it was part of a lot, so I'm not really sure what I paid for it. Not much, though. Quilting stuff and fabric sells really well for me. So what these are is, well, it's from Joann. Does anybody remember Joann Fabrics? I think they're still around, right? These came from Joann Fabric, and what you would do is you would buy one of these a month, and then at the end of 12 months, you'd be able to make a quilt Each one is a different pattern. See, that says February Main Street. And then this one is March. See how it's different? That's actually a very cool quilt too. So I only had 4 months worth. I have 4 more too that it was different. This was called Patch in Time. I can't remember, but I have other ones up that are something else. I think I paid $2 for the whole stack of these in a thrift store. So I sold this first batch for $15. Okay, I screwed up on this one. I thought this was really a cute mug for sure. It's called Play With Your Food. I had actually heard of this before because I bought the book in the 90s, I think. It's a very funny book, and it just, I know, look how crazy that is. Those are chives with faces, kind of fun. And they were also raised up. And I sold it for $15 kind of right away. And I had put that the shipping would be priority. And for some reason, it was free shipping, which we don't do. So I wasn't sure how that happened. But yeah, so I broke even, I guess, or no, I guess I didn't lose money. I think it was $11.50 to ship it, and I think I paid $1 for it. So, oh well, yeah, it was a mistake. It happens. Cute item though. I love this Nolan Miller hummingbird brooch. How gorgeous! Just encrusted in all of those colored stones. How pretty! There's the certificate of authenticity in the original box. Just beautiful. I love the colors. This is just a glorious item. I think I got this, I think it was at a yard sale. I think I may have paid $10 for it, and I sold it for $50. Here's a cute little Siamese cat pin that I got. I think I paid 50 cents for this, maybe $1 in a thrift store. It's just so cute. It's a very specific thing. I couldn't find anything like it. It wasn't signed or anything like that, but I figured somebody who had I think that's a Siamese cat, right? It looks like it. Anyway, sold this one for $15. This was another quick flip. This was $2 in a thrift store. So Snoopy and Charlie Brown can be, or Peanuts in general, can be collectible. That's why I bought this. I wasn't sure. I got it home and I saw that it sold, for between 20 and 30. So I went on the low end so I could sell it right away. Got $20 for it. Really cute item. I've been selling lots of these Blu-ray DVDs that are 4K ultra high def for some pretty nice money. I do have a source where I'm getting them for free, and they look like maybe they were never even played. I'm not sure. I certainly can't guarantee that, but they're in very, very nice shape. So last week or last time around, maybe a couple of weeks ago, I sold a stack of them for $150. This stack that I didn't pay anything for, I sold for $102. Great thing to look out for. And I just got another little lot too that's up for bid right now. Here's another Tonner doll. This one is Betsy McCall. It looks like it's porcelain. It is not. This is nice and big too, 14-inch doll that is just hard plastic. It was new, I think, never removed from box. Hard to say, there it is, Betsy McCall, Native American. I believe the Tonner company has gone out of business, so that may help prices on things because they're not available anymore. In the profit completely, of course, on this estate sale, and I got $60 for this. Here's another dopey thing I did that I just noticed. J. King green turquoise. Well, that doesn't help when people are trying to search on the word turquoise. Duh. You know how I did that. Dumb. This is very beautiful green turquoise, though. And I got this from an estate sale where I bought a lot of J. King and Desert Rose trading jewelry. It was all new in the box. And this also has its matching earrings, sterling silver findings, beautiful turquoise, completely in the profit on this. Sold this for $100. Here's another lot of yarn that I sold. I still have a lot on my eBay page to sell, and I still have a very, very large, actually 2 very large totes full of yarn that I have to get to at some point. But apparently this was something special. Dream in Color, Blue Lagoon. Classy, worsted weight. I don't even know what worsted weight means. This was gorgeous. However, so I just lotted them together and I sold the 3 of these for $55. Look at this beautiful Tonner item. So this would fit all the Tyler Wentworth is the name of the doll that would fit all of them, the 16 inchers, the ones that I think I sold 2 or 3 this time. I have more up for bid too, I think. And this was new in its box. So I had this up for like $80 or something, which is totally worth it. I really should have been able to get that price, but just started to get impatient. So knocked the price down to $55 and got it right away, completely in the profit. That's a very, very beautiful purple gown. That's it for this time, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel if you want, and we will catch you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.